Time to get to the WTMJ Standouts of the Year. We're unveiling another one today. By the way, we should point out, so Time Person of the Year comes out tomorrow. And right now, frontrunners other than artificial intelligence in some form include Pope Leo, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang is on the list. Of course, President Trump as well. Now, if President Trump is named Person of the Year again, he and one other president would have been named 3 times Person of the Year. The other being President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was named as president-elect in 1932 and then twice as president in 1934 and 41. Don't forget, he was president for a minute.
Now, it's often suggested that you could always take the president of the United States no matter situational things across the globe because of the widespread influence that that office has on everything on the planet. That said, I mean, like President Trump or don't like President Trump, like that would be an easy pick.
I don't think anyone would be surprised. Yeah, right. Likely some kind of AI. We'll see. Anyway, that's going to come out tomorrow.
That's not a real pick. That's not a person.
Well, they've done that before. They've had the machine, which was the computer back in the 80s.
They did the mirror that one year.
Okay. You.
Person of the Year is you.
All right.
The SOTs.
Time to move on to something a little bit more important. The WTMJ 2025 Standouts of the Year. So we've been doing this all week long. And these are folks who we believe have left an impact in the state over the past 12 months. And yesterday we had in studio MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius. She was our Tuesday Standout of the Year. So we have another to name right now. Let's get to it.
The 2025 Wisconsin's Morning News Standout of the Year is television show host Konya Hendricks Schuh.
My name is Konya Hendricks Schuh, and I'm a broker and a businesswoman.
She's the daughter of Diane Hendricks, the billionaire co-founder of ABC Supply. Her goal? Revitalize the city of Beloit.
Beloit means a lot to me. It's where my family has achieved the American dream.
Beloit was once ranked the worst city in the state to live in. Therefore, Hendricks Schuh took it upon herself to invest in the neighborhoods.
Our mission is to buy the worst houses on the block and rehab them so they're absolute stunners.
And it's all being documented on a television show called Betting on Beloit.
We were doing this work, I will say, before the camera started rolling, so I had, done a handful of houses with my team.
Hendricks Schuh and her mother talked through the idea.
We weren't really sure where that was going to go, if it would just land, live on YouTube or something.
The first season aired on A&E, and another season is right around the corner.
My family doubled down.
Now we're just trying to change that narrative and really show people, this is a cool city, and it's got a lot to offer, and there's all of this great momentum and positive change happening.
For Hendricks Schuh, she's determined to change the city she loves. And it appears it's working.
Sharing with the rest of Wisconsin and the rest of the world what we think is special about Beloit.
Konya Hendricks Schuh, our WTMJ Standout of the Year. Of course, you can always text the word Standout to 855-616-1620. The Side and Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. You'll get that, and you'll get the others that we have named so far this week. We'll do another one tomorrow, of course. So a little bit more on this TV show and what the Hendricks and Hendricks Schuh are doing in Beloit. Joining us on Wisconsin's Morning News is Celestino Ruffini. He's the CEO of Visit Beloit. Celestino, good morning. First of all, can you describe your role and how you work with Konya and the Hendricks?
Yeah, in a couple different capacities, but most namely as the chair of the city's Landmarks Commission. All of the projects that have been featured on Betting on Beloit, the television show that aired and premiered this year, I've had a firsthand look at the not only the projects, but the process behind it, the hard work and commitment they're putting into revitalizing the College Park neighborhood here in Beloit.
Celestino, because you mentioned the title of the show, and it stands out to me and anybody who's been around Wisconsin about my age. I mean, I grew up here, and when you use the phrase betting on Beloit, I tell you, when I was younger, that was not a good bet, man.
Right.
And it speaks to the transformational qualities that Konya and, of course, Diane Hendricks have brought to their home community, and how significant of an impact it has had on Beloit and that entire part of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. You know, even myself 11 years ago, I took a bet on this community. I saw that the future of travel and tourism industry, of which I work in and represent here in Beloit, I saw that the trajectory was a positive one and things were headed in the right direction for our community. And it really takes an entire community of people being not only physically and monetarily invested, but people that are emotionally invested. And at the top of the list, it's the Hendricks family. This is their hometown. This is the community they were born and raised in, and they still live in today. And they have been so generous of their time and resources, not only through their companies, but through their own personal time and giving back to this community. And the big thing this year has been through residential redevelopment.
So with the redevelopment, what has worked? Have they had success? What's worked better than others? Is there any examples of success that's just knocked it out of the park?
You know, here in Beloit, we have 4 historic neighborhoods, and we saw during the pandemic many people leaving suburban America, coming here to Beloit because real estate at that time was affordable. You could get a lot more house for what you may get in many parts of the Midwest, and a lot of people have been attracted to those historic neighborhoods. We have architecture here that is well preserved and well intact. What you have seen through the show Betting on Beloit and many of the projects the Hendricks family has taken on here in the community, they go after sort of the worst of the worst. They take on the biggest challenges in the community, challenges that for many people would be insurmountable. And their work, especially in the College Park District, but also along the riverfront and throughout the entire community, has totally transformed this community. And if you've not been here to Beloit, especially in the last decade or even the last 3 decades, this is a community unlike any other in the state of Wisconsin, and the Hendricks fingerprint can be seen throughout.
Why I love Celestino Konya as a pick for our award this year as a standout is what it suggests to me about the future of the relationship between the Hendricks family and not just Beloit, but the southeast Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin entirely. You know, it's the oldest story in time, right? The son or the daughter goes on and doesn't want to be in the family business. And in this case, we're not talking about business, but philanthropy and where they put those philanthropic dollars. But this suggests to me that this relationship with that part of the state and the Hendricks family is going to continue and that it's in good hands.
Yeah, it sure has that vibe to it. While, you know, nothing has been announced or declared at this point in time, the family is stepping up in big ways here in the community and starting to carve out their own little success and obviously replicating in Mom's footsteps, but definitely starting to feel the effects of the entire family getting involved. And, you know, that is the sign of a successful business when you have a great succession plan in place. And for us here in Beloit, that's big news because the family has done so much for our community, and Konya's leadership now through residential redevelopment and all the projects they've been involved with is really promising for the next generation chapter here in Beloit.
When are we going to see you on the show?
Well, for those that watched along, I'm more than happy to sign autographs. I made a feature. I made a cameo in, I believe it was episode 10. It could have been episode 9. The Landmarks Commission was featured near the end of one of the episodes. So I was on season 1. I have been filmed again. Not sure if I'll be included or not, but I did make an appearance on behalf of being on the Landmarks Commission. And yeah, they know how to reach me. So I'm available whenever, however, happy to always help out. We're very lucky to have a show like that filmed here in this community.
Don't give too much away now, right? We don't want you to lose your slot.
No. Never will.
Celestino, the evil Landmarks guy who
yeah, right.
Go to City Hall
torpedoed all these projects we wanted to do, right?
Yeah, you know, it's coincidental. It actually landed me a gig. Now I'm the chair of the Joint Review Board that oversees TIF district creation in the community. So, yeah, you know, that's one thing in city government. You volunteer for one thing, you never know where you'll end up at.
Celestino, thank you.
Absolutely.
9:20, Celestino Ruffini, the CEO of Visit Beloit, as we announce another WTMJ standout of the year today. It's Konya Hendricks Schuh, the head of the TV show, betting on Beloit as they reinvigorate that area, buy blighted homes, and build them up to build a better tomorrow for Beloit.
Well, and a reminder, too, if you haven't been to Beloit in a minute, there's fine dining there, nice hotels, a number of shops. I did a story there for TMJ4 when I was still there, so now we're at 4 years ago,
okay,
maybe 5, as things were really starting to cook and these things were kind of happening. And the Hendricks family was involved in rebuilding the ballpark or building a whole new ballpark.
Yep, that's there, yep.
Are they still the Snappers or are they something else? Minor league baseball team that's there. I think they're still the Snappers, but they're no longer a Brewers affiliate.
Okay.
Brewers moved their affiliation to Fox City, whatever. But that's a good time there. So lots to see and do in Beloit. Their farmers market is quite renowned. So a lot of cool things to do. If you need a little something to do, a little place to visit, highly encourage.
We'll do it again tomorrow.
The Soties.
Another WTMJ standout of the year will be unveiled on Thursday on Wisconsin's Morning News.